Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of SupplySide Showcase from RVBusiness. I'm Rick Kessler. With me, Chris Cieto. We're from RVBusiness, and joining the two of us today, we have Denyse Pontius and Pat Pontius. They are the co-owners of Century Chemical, based in Elkhart. And let me, real quickly, I'm going to use my notes so I don't screw it up. Century Chemical, about to celebrate 100 years in business in 2026. So in 2025, it's like a pre-anniversary. Let's get ready for the big party, I guess, right, guys?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
So Century Chemical, established in 1926, you've been a pioneer in producing and distributing sanitation products across various industries, including the RV industry, of course. You guys are renowned for your Travel John product line. That's since 1967, so that's 58 years just right there in and of itself. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And then lastly, Century Chemical offers a comprehensive range of services, including custom blending, contract packaging, and private labeling solutions. There, I got it all out finally.
Boom.
Good work.
Well,
Thank you
happy
for
New
having us.
Year. Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks
Yes,
for
Happy New
being
Year.
on. Happy New Year to everyone listening or watching. So as Rick mentioned, there is a rich tradition with Century Chemical. You two have been the owners for about 4 years now. Tell us a little bit about maybe some of the traditions that have carried on and some of the things that you've implemented that have been new over the last few years.
Go ahead, boss.
Think tradition carrying on from Ed Fetters was the previous owner of Century. And I think, well, we've carried on a lot of his traditions because he's pretty great, but I think taking care of employees, treating them like family, taking care of, health insurance and things like that, making sure everybody feels comfortable and happy and part of the team. I think that's a pretty good tradition.
Yeah, well, I'll second that, Denyse. And what Denyse is referring to, one of the big staples of Century, and I think the reason both Denyse and I came to work here initially is that it is I think it's different from any RV business I've ever been in. Like for example, when we started here, they pay 100% of our insurance. We got paid holiday, paid vacation time, 401k match. I mean, it was, and what it did was, and why we continue that is we never want our employees to worry about being sick or having to worry about going to the doctor or just worrying about their family having to go to the doctor. We cover their families as well. So that's one big thing we carried over. And really the second big thing I'll say we carried over from the previous ownership was customer service. I learned early on here that everybody makes mistakes. We make mistakes. Our suppliers make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And one lesson I was taught early on was if you make a mistake, get it out of the customer's face as fast as you can and replace it. And pay for it all and tell them you're sorry and just hope you keep their business. And I think that's one thing that anybody that does business with us would tell you is that we stand behind everything we do 100%. And, that's something that Denyse and I were both taught from the very beginning of our work life here at Century.
I got a question. I want to ask you more about the Travel John because I mean that's a fantastic product. But before I do, maybe just a quick overview of Century Chemical as it sits today, number of employees, or maybe talk about your facilities, things like that.
Yeah, I can do that. So, and I'll start a little further back because I think it's interesting story of how Denyse and I both came to be at Century. I think. So Denyse, you're in your 19th year now, is that right?
2025 is my 20th anniversary,
20th
so
year.
it's pretty exciting.
So Denyse, Denyse and I both started as generic plant workers, people putting bottles on the line. She started a long time before I did, but Denyse started, in the plant at the lowest job we have, the entry job, the most entry job we have. And, she worked her way up the ranks over 20 years. And I started the same job 8 years ago. And, eventually she became office manager. I became general manager. And we were essentially running the company. So, the owner at the time said, "Hey, you guys are pushing me to do stuff," and he was set, and he was getting irritated with how much Denise and I wanted to go do more things and then get new business. So he's like, "If you think you can do it, you can do it." So we said, "Okay." And so back then, to answer your question, Rick, there were 3 employees when Denise and I took over. It was Denise, myself, and a plant worker. Now we've grown the business by nearly 200% since then. We are, geez, Denise, what do we have now? 10, 11, 12?
9.
9, thank you.
9.
Yeah, none of those numbers were right.
No.
9 workers in Century, and then we have 4 outside sales associates that work with us. And yeah, it's come a long way. We still serve generally the same industry. Our biggest segment right now is probably our outside, with Travel John, it's our private label. We do a lot of private label, and a lot of that is within the industry as well. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. I kind of answered my own question, but then tried to make my way back.
So tell us more about Travel John then.
Denise, tell them.
Travel John is exciting. Travel John is a great product. You mentioned 1967, so yep, so it's the oldest holding tank deodorant trademarked, and it has a great following. We have very loyal customers. If you love it, you love it. I mean, that goes for most products, but it's lovely. We hear from them. We love getting feedback and just customer comments. But Travel John is, it does what you need it to do, and it makes things more pleasant. So we love that. We love what that's at our core. We help people.
Well,
I love how
and
you're
that's what we
skirting
try and
around the
do
black tank issue.
across everything and with every product. But Travel John is just very special to us. It's a great product, and we're proud of it, and something that we'd love to share and make sure people have access to, so that they can keep their investments running smoothly, whether it's a campground, a septic system, an RV itself. It just helps everybody along the line. So.
And then something I love about Travel John, Rick and Chris, is that, with all the new regulation the industry has seen in the last 10 years, Travel John the formula never had to change. We were always Prop 65 compliant.
Nice.
There's no PFAS in our product. We've had to change nothing. The previous ownership and Denise specifically is very forward thinking on the environment and what Century Chemicals part plays in that. So that's one thing I've always loved about our products, and Travel John specifically, is with every new piece of regulation we have to change nothing.
Is it enzyme based?
It is not. No, it is not enzyme based.
Okay.
Yeah, the liquid is not. The
the
Blue
toxins
Max.
are.
Yeah, the toxins are, and the waste digester is enzyme and bacteria based as
Yeah.
Okay.
well. So yeah, we say when we're explaining the different options, Travel John it's highly concentrated. You only need 2 ounces per charge. It's odor control first. It does a great job at waste digestion and tissue digestion, but its main goal is if you're in the campground having a poker run and you got people coming in and out of your bathroom, you're going to want to use Travel John. The liquid formulation. If you are pretty good at just regular maintenance and need just to clean your toilet bowl and have something in your holding tank that's going to work, that we would recommend our Blue Max product for that, because that's an enzyme bacteria based water soluble packet that effervesces in the water in the toilet bowl. You can clean it, and then it also provides odor control with a baby powder fragrance, and does a great job with waste digestion, and the enzyme and bacteria blends when it break down protein, so hair. all kinds of things. So it really helps your holding that tank out quite a bit. And then waste digester is if you have the pyramid of doom situation before you have that or after. You can use waste digester in your holding tank overnight before you go to the dump station, and they all work in conjunction with one another. But yeah, Travel John, I rambled. Travel John liquid, super great. If you have if you need odor control, go that route. It's got a great signature fragrance. It's a fresh fragrance. And Blue Max is like if you know what you're doing and maintain your camper well.
Very good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
What you have to
one of
remember
the
about
things-
Denise is these are her children.
Yes, these are my
There
babies.
you go.
She can,
She
yeah.
talks about it.
It's like when people are showing you pictures of their kids and you're like, yep, that's that kid again.
Like I'm not looking
Being a
off
kid.
into space. She's sitting right here.
There you go. Well, one of the things I remember from one of my visits to your office was that going back to the tradition, you had a lot of the original marketing materials going back with Travel John, one of the flagship products of your company. And I think one of the new traditions that you've brought to the company has been the rebranding that you've done, not only of Travel John, but of all your products. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So yeah, winterproof also. That's our non-toxic antifreeze for burst protection. So on the RV sector, OEMs use it in for water lines in initial fills, and then we sell it in individual gallons as well. But Winterproof just had its 50th anniversary as a registered trademark, and we rebranded that last year as well. And it's a premium product. We love it so much. And
Yeah, so to answer your question, Chris, when we took over Century, I would call us stagnant, if I'm being honest. Century was stagnant. A lot
I
of
don't
people
think I disagree.
calm down.
Steady,
So
steady, maybe.
we, along with reintroducing the industry to Denise and myself as the new ownership, we wanted to put a new, fresh face on what we were bringing to trade shows with us. And while the same great Travel John formula didn't need any changing, we did think it necessary to help facilitate and have a talking point with the new artwork and the new, just trying to freshen the face, I would say, essentially, of our product lines.
Yeah, the feel of the packaging. Our Blue Max Glitter Glamping Edition. It's Blue Max, the water soluble toss in. It just has food grade glitter added because you have to clean your toilet bowl anyway, so you might as well smile. Why not?
And I just found
it's
that,
fun.
yeah, marketing always wants to spend money on something. So, and relabeling, redoing the labels is just one of those things.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is.
I
It
love
is.
it.
Look at that. So, I mean, you've touched on it. I mean, it's a whole suite of products and they all work complementary to each other, right?
Yeah, and to Denise's point, and I don't know if we've mentioned it, but you were mentioning enzymes earlier, Rick. Travel John has a sister line, the Supreme Green line.
Okay.
And the Supreme Green line is all enzyme and bacteria-based liquids. And it works in the same way as Travel John. It's like, Denise was talking, like, if you're having a party, you need Travel John because no amount of waste digestion is going to stop that. But your Supreme Green line, it's very heavy in bacteria and enzymes. It is going to digest the waste. It's your everyday camper. It's what they want to use just to maintain their system. But yeah, along with our winterproof antifreeze, we have our Century heat transfer fluid for your AquaHot, your Oasis, your Timberline floor heating systems, and that's something we developed alongside with AquaHot at the very beginning of that industry. So we're very happy, very proud of that product. And
Yep, and then we just rebranded that logo and packaging as well.
Hey, all that sounds great. And I know 2026 is really the big year for you, but what do you've got planned for this 2025 year?
Pretty exciting stuff. Pat,
Okay.
go.
yeah,
I know
a little
you're
bit of
waiting.
everything. So we are, we're kind of initiating the push for 2026. We are setting the groundwork for a lot of the big advertising we're going to do then. Starting last year, we started sponsoring a dirt race driver,
Yes.
Justin Rickett. we re-upped that deal. So we're gonna be there more than ever with Justin and his race car and getting the good name out there. We've signed a deal. We're doing a private, well, it's a white label. It's not private. We're doing a cleaning line with Hoosier Racing Tire. Yeah, they're doing a car care line, and it's also going to be an RV care line under the Hoosier. It's called Hoosier Daddy and Hoosier Mama Racing and Car Care Products. So they're going to allow us to take that to the RV market directly. So we'll be bringing that to our shows this year, and that'll be a big push going forward. And we expect that to do quite well. It's a very well-known brand.
Yeah, we joined them at SEMA in Las Vegas and PRI in Indianapolis to soft launch the products, and it's a really exciting collaboration. So it's track tough, garage ready. Hoosier Racing Tire just launched a street tire, the Track Attack, and so this is in conjunction with that, helping their push to reach car enthusiasts across the board, not just on the racetrack, but anyone that wants to have a premium product that has the scent of victory as the products do. That's what it's called. It's Hoosier Daddy and Hoosier Mama. They all have the scent of victory. So definitely let us know if you want a sample or where you can purchase that through Hoosier's normal distribution channels, and then the Centuries as well. So I know we've been talking to our distributors about the launch as well. So we're all trying to get that streamlined. So it's pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, we'll be at the distributor shows. Where Denyse is getting ready to go to Aero, and I'll be at Foland and Meyer. So we're gearing up for those, and we're excited. And Rick, we have not. Century has continued to grow despite the slight downturn the industry has seen. Century has continued to grow. We've been up every year. So we plan to continue working hard for our employees and for our customers, just to keep growing this business as fast as we can while still maintaining quality service and quality products.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, and this is year 99, so we know what next year brings.
Yes.
One of the historic companies in the industry, not too many industry folks that I can think of that go even pre-World War II. But you guys are. What is planned for the 100th year anniversary and celebration, and what does it mean to you as carrying on that legacy?
Well, no secrets to be divulged, but stay tuned if you will. But I know we have some fun things, fun ideas percolating. So we're working on some things. But as far as celebrating and getting together wise, but it means to me the world to be able to carry this on and continue promoting products that we believe in, growing our team that believes in each other, and I'm really proud of us. Pat and I didn't want to ruin it before 100, so I'm doing good. Knocking on everything over here. But it's very exciting. So this is this would be my 20th anniversary at Century. And so when Century turns 100, then I'll have been here for 20 of those 100 years. And that's huge for me just in my working career. And then on top of that, I grew up vacuuming these carpets. My dad worked here when Century moved from a division of Gage Products in Berkeley, Ferndale, Detroit area, Michigan, in '84 to be closer to the RV industry. That's where we moved to our current location now. I grew up cleaning the office here on the weekends and bringing in my report card to show that I had good grades. So they had an incentive program for the employees' children, and we haven't done that for our kids. We should probably maybe think about that. We got some little guys coming up for employees now, so well, I'm not backdating it for our kids, but we'll see good grades moving forward maybe. But but I do, I remember that and it meant a lot and just it means the world to me. Yeah. So Pat, what does it mean to you?
Yeah.
Well, I echo what Denise said. I know when we bought the business, the owner, who had owned it for, I think, nearly 40 years, he had told us, when he bought the company, he told himself the same thing that I tell myself every day, that we're not going to be the ones to put it under. And, it's a tremendous legacy we carry forward, and we're very well aware of that. And I think the fact that Denise and I are just two normal workers that work their butts off and happen to have an opportunity to, do something great, in our minds, I carry that responsibility very seriously. And, turning 100, I'll spill the secrets. Denise doesn't own me.
Yeah, I do.
So we're going to
Sorry,
be,
that was
we're expanding a bit. We're working on the purchase of a building right now. And the purposes would be to move our offices there to expand our production facility. I hope that happens, before the next 100 years. But these, they like to move slow on these things. So we've been working on it for a while.
I don't like change.
No, it's not. Hence all the old artwork she has in her office.
There you go.
I hoard it.
Yeah, yes, she does. But yeah,
Chris
no,
knows.
we just plan to keep on keeping on. I mean, I am so lucky that I love going to my job every day, and I know we're all in that boat. I've known both of you, and I've talked to both of you about your careers and my career, and it's like, and then when people find out that Denise and I are divorced, they're like, what? But I love working with Denise. I love going to work every day. I'm very privileged. I'm very privileged to work for and at Century Chemical in this great industry. So I'm looking forward to the next 100 years. Hopefully I don't see all of that, but.
And can I add also adding on to what my excitement is too is that we're growing our community outreach, making sure we're putting back into the community what we believe it deserves and and so that's just in a lot of different ways, with the Chamber of Commerce here in Elkhart or with RV and Alliance, Women's Alliance or our Industry Association, Technical Institute. Like we're doing not just Century, but the industry as a whole is doing such a good job of connecting and staying connected where it matters. And we really accomplish great things. So donation. Ooh, I should speak on the donation drive for RVWA right now. So I chair the community service task force for the RV Women's Alliance, and I'm sure you guys are aware of the donation drive we're
Yep.
doing right now to support. I support the girls, and that's a cross border initiative with our Canadian members as well as members in the U.S. So we have multiple Amazon wish lists. So it's very exciting, but we're having a get together March 1st. That's when all the donations are going to be collected at this event. And I will say no more things right now, but we'll know more later. But we're really going to be continuing that push for donated hygiene items for women that need it. You guys know it's important, and seeing what the industry is doing to come together in just that aspect, let alone the other community service work that we all do, it's really exciting. So please, if you wouldn't mind, continue to push Tampon Tilly and the RVWA.org website because it's very exciting. And we have the box decorating contest, and that winner will be announced at the event in March.
Okay.
And then we also will have a prize for the company or organization that brings in the most donations percentagely out of what we gather. And that's going to be super exciting, but I can't say anything about that either.
Well, I can't think of anything more to ask from the two of you. I appreciate your time.
Thank
Oh,
you for
pleasure.
sharing yours with us.
Yeah. And I know a little bit about trying to keep a legacy going with the company that you recently acquired. So Sincere congratulations to the both of you on 99 years and looking forward to number 100.
Well, and I'm going to
Thank
add to
you very
that,
much.
Professor, because I think, and I've watched a few of these, so I'm a little well versed on them. That I want to applaud you and Chris. You know, since you two are such tremendous people to do business with, and you know, Denyse and I have the sometimes privilege, sometimes not so much, to be around a lot of people in this industry, and you two are amazing, and everything you do is amazing. And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to make you blush, but you and Chris are two of my favorite people to work with, and you both do a tremendous service to this industry, and we're lucky to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
No,
Matt.
my pleasure.
Please.
Thank you.
Well, geez, I don't know how we could possibly finish any better than that.
Oh,
You're right. I am
Okay,
great.
dear.
Have a great weekend.
No,
Edit that too.
again, thank you very much. Looking forward to year number 100.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank
Thanks, Chris. I
We'll
appreciate
see you
it.
soon.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.